Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the revised annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on February 28, 2023. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purposes of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and township staff. Any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments emailed to livcomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting will be taken. Each speaker should follow the rules in order of Livingston Code Section 2-15. Madam Clerk, or I'm sorry, Liz, roll call, please.
Mayor, before the roll call, may I ask for an exception?
Sure.
Can we allow the cell phone usage for live-ish events tonight?
I don't. Of course.
Thank you.
You need a reenactment?
Go ahead, reenact it.
Mayor, can we have an exemption tonight to go live-ish at some part?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Should I turn screen?
Madam Clerk, I'm sorry, Liz, roll call.
Councilmember Meinhardt is absent. Councilmember Klein.
Here.
Begoli.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Anthony.
Here.
Mayor Vieira.
Present. Now, if everybody can please rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess Councilwoman Begoli is really excited for today. So.
My brain is not silent.
So we see Eileen Fishman in the gallery. Eileen, welcome. Eileen is the representative for representing Essex County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo.
Council, we have always a lot of things going on. Some of the prettiest things are happening at the zoo because we have our Holiday Lights Spectacular, and that will last through the 31st of December. But it will be closed the 24th and 25th of December. We have a series of Environmental Center winter events, and those are on the website, Essex County website. We have holiday tours of Kipps Castle, which are from Thursday to Sunday from 12 to 4 in December. And we have a vaccine for children on December 12th at Watsessing Park Community Center from 3 to 7 p.m. And that's for vaccines for children. Let's see which ones. All childhood vaccines, including the COVID-19 vaccine. In addition to that, we have a food drive on December 21st, which will take place at the Cody Arena. That's usually from about 9 o'clock to 11 that happens. And that's it for us, except to say happy holidays, everyone. On behalf of the county exec and myself, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Three Kings, we can't forget Three Kings, every holiday. Happy season.
Thank you. And Eileen, thank the county executive. He does just a marvelous job all around the county. And even if you haven't been to Turtleback Zoo, the light show is fantastic.
It is very special, always. In addition to that, if there are any storms or any issues, just feel free to call or text me.
Great. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So at this part of the agenda, we're on proclamations and presentations. I'm going to go out of order a little bit. And tonight we have again, you know what? Deputy Mayor, when you're mayor next year, can we have the first thing about getting rid of this word citation? I don't like that word. I do not. You know this. I made
It's
this.
a scary word.
It's a scary word. So I'm not giving anybody a ticket, but we call them citations, but they're almost like recognitions and honors. But we have a citation tonight for Sterling Properties. And I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to present. We're all going to go down there and present it. So it says, the mayor and Township of Livingston council members are pleased to honor Sterling Properties on their 30th anniversary in Livingston and their success as a contributor in the tri-state area and the township, including the Legends, Canoe Brook, the Canterley, as well as Bel Air, the Fairways, and the Point, in partnership with Pertran Associates. Congratulations on your 30th anniversary and success, and it's signed by the mayor and the entire town council members. And we just want to say thank you and congratulations to Sterling Properties. And we have two. And why don't we go? And we're going to go down, and then you could say a couple words too. You could say a couple words first, and then we'll come down.
Stephen Katz, my partner Wayne Zuckerman. We're principals of Sterling, and we're proud to celebrate our 30th year in town. We started in a small one-room office at 600 South Livingston next to Nero's. We were there 20 years. We moved 10 years ago to 50 East Mount Pleasant Avenue. And I said to Mr. Lewis earlier, I would venture that it's, if not the nicest, one of the nicest office buildings in town. We're very proud of it. It's our home. We're expanding now, and just been a pleasure both living in town, working in town, and working with the township, the council, the planning board, board of adjustment, and all your professionals over these years. It's really just been wonderful. And we look forward to the next 30. Thank you.
Mayor, if I can just
Councilman Klein?
I know Stephen for a very long time, very close and loving family friend of my family, and Wayne, we of course know each other for many years also. And I think that not only do you have business in town, but you have very deep roots in town and have raised kids in this town. And, you're part of Livingston. And we thank you for all the time and effort and care that you've given this community. And it's a pleasure to honor you.
Thank you.
Again, I too want to congratulate you, and as Councilman Klein said, the roots run very deep, and we're just so proud of you, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to come down.
Oh, good.
Now, what the world has been waiting for. So, we are so honored tonight to recognize Heidi and Blum. Not Bloom, Blum. I can't wait to see that shirt. I want to be the first one to buy that shirt. It's not Bloom, it's Blum. So, but at least I was able to give you a saying. So I leave you with my saying, hopefully you'll make some money off of it. So, but tonight we have a proclamation, and we're going to start that proclamation with Deputy Mayor.
All right. Whereas Heidi Blum, AKA Livingston's very own food czar, produces live-ish segments on L-Town Lowdown, a Livingston social media group to spotlight local restaurants and their cuisine. She is also the creator of a podcast entitled Behind the Counter, which shares the backstory of restaurateurs. And whereas Heidi initiated these segments during the COVID-19 pandemic to encourage the community to support different venues, and is often seen holding an item like a bagel, a glass of wine, chorizo, chopsticks, or other miscellaneous items like a colander as her microphone. And who's next?
Whereas Heidi also highlights Livingston small businesses, as she is passionate about the Livingston community and will always support a business any way that she can. And whereas Heidi is a longtime Livingston resident and graduate of Livingston High School and the University of Hartford, and
Whereas Heidi and her wife Michelle share 3 children, Matthew, AKA Kush, Drew, and Dylan, and in her spare time enjoys personal training, playing golf, often with a twin of mine, and spending time at the beach in Ocean Grove. And whereas the mayor and council congratulate Heidi on her live-ish and podcast contributions in support of the small business and owners and the community of Livingston, thanks her for her dedication to the township. And
Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Michael M. Vieira, the mayor of the Township of Livingston, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, and the Township Council, do hereby proclaim December 11th, 2023 as Heidi Blum Day in the Township of Livingston. Heidi, congratulations, but sit back there for a couple minutes, because I know that I'm sure the council wants to say a couple of things, and I know Neely's going to, I asked Neely to say a couple of things, but you know what, Heidi? I spoke to you, I saw you and your family at the Camuso display over the weekend, and I told you the first time I saw, it was your first episode actually, and the first thing I thought is, oh man, COVID's really getting to people. Now they're talking into food. And I remember because it was a snowy day out, and I think you may have been doing it in front of your house, and I was like, oh, just these poor people. But you know what? Let me just tell you, what you've done for Livingston's restaurants is amazing, especially during COVID. And you know what? I know, and I told you a story. I knew one particular restaurant that survived because of COVID, and it was because you advertised their business too. You know, this business was going to go out. They weren't doing good, but when COVID came and nobody could eat in the restaurants, you got out there, you got on the street, and this person's takeout business ended up skyrocketing to the point where once we were able to go and the community was able to go and sit outside and eat their food, the customers came back because they had a taste of his takeout food, and they wanted some more of it. And you know, there's a lot of restaurants, and you know, you don't go to the restaurants no more. They call you. I'm sure they do. I know. You know, Rotary just had their food tasting, and we made sure that Heidi Blum was on the list, and to make sure. But congratulations again. This is well deserved. Deputy Mayor, do you want to have anything?
Sure. I echo everything the mayor just said, and Heidi, I guess what I have unique from what Michael said is I'm the liaison to the BID, the Business Improvement District, and what you've done, and now I'll go back to what Michael said, what you've done for our restaurants is amazing. You know, the BID is established and promotes our businesses in town, but everything you do is social media and the way you do it, and you're just phenomenal the way you get the word out on these restaurants that really, you know, you're right, have helped them survive and actually, you know, also helped promote them and flourish. So thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. Councilman Klein?
I would just say, echo everything they said, but I think what makes you stand out is the humor and the sweetness with which you approach this work that you love to do. The feel-goodness that you put into the work, we all feel it when we're experiencing, you know, your output. I think not only have an emphasis on encouraging use of the businesses, but you also pay such tribute to the charities in town, and you work so hard on behalf of charities to try to do some good with the fun that you're having. You try to do good with it, and you're part of the connective tissue of this town. People like you, and you use it, and Neely's right there also, and what she's built, as part of L-Town, and you're becoming such a wonderful part of L-Town. Has become part of, one of these things that makes Livingston a special place, that we can all say, why do we love this town? And you guys have a lot to do with what we love about this town. And thank you so much for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Councilwoman?
So Heidi, I get very excited when your videos come on, as you can tell from tonight. In a world where there's so much negativity, you can look to Heidi Blum to give you a little bit of positivity in your day, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's your support of Israel, and rallying those restaurants so that we can be able to donate to those that are needy. I think Sean stole that from me. I was thinking about that you do work with the restaurants, but they also work with you so that we can provide a little something to our community when it is in need. And you are one of the first people to come out and call it out and say, we need your help, so here's what we're gonna do. I tried to get some Heidi Blum chocolate bars today, and I was unsuccessful. I was unsuccessful to get some chocolate bars today, but we will be looking out for them. We want to thank you for all that you do for our town. And this is the reason why neighbors want to be adopted by us, because of you. And thank you so much for that. Thank you.
So Heidi, I know you call her boss, but I think she's more of a friend. And I actually asked Neely to say a couple words today. So
That is my boss, though.
She's my Zarina. Oh, should I face her?
you could face the camera if you want.
Good. It's a better angle. Hi, everyone. Okay. Okay, so now they'll see me reading. Okay. This is like our phone calls. Okay. So your town council meetings will never be the same after tonight. Okay. Thank you, Mayor Vieira and our town council, for inviting me to introduce Heidi Blum, or as the world has come to know her, L-Town's own food czar. And Heidi and I met as parents at Burnett Hill Elementary. What few people know is that Heidi was actually a member of L-Town from the very first day. I created the group in a little bit of a hiff, I don't know, something. And the original name of the group was something crazy long and unworkable, like Livingston Parents for Open Discourse and Communication, or something very naive. And Heidi saw me that night at school. We had a school event, and you're like, I love the group, it's great. The name is terrible, we need to change it. And so, you know that she would do that. So that night we were on the phone and we were brainstorming, and we came up with the name L-Town Lowdown. So a few people know that story. That's very important. Fast forward 4 years, and we are in the midst of COVID, and Heidi's son Matthew was working at Calabria. And Calabria, like some of the other local restaurants, were starting to share daily family menus, which was a really great way to provide affordable meals for our families during a difficult time, and also to keep the restaurants open. And Heidi started to share those menus, and then started to share menus of other restaurants, and then started to share a lot more than even I did on L-Town during COVID. And I think that a lot of people really look forward to those posts every day, because I can speak for myself. I was very sick and tired of cooking 3 to 4 times a day, and it was nice to have the reprieve of a healthy and affordable meal, and to know that we were helping to keep our restaurants open. So eventually I said, can you just come and help me? And a star was born, and you became a czar. That's clever. That's more clever than what okay. This is why she gets paid the big bucks. Okay, so and a czar was born. And for the past 4 years, you have literally worked every single day with daily posts, communicating with the restaurants and the community. But what most people don't know is you spend many hours off of L-Town communicating with all the restaurateurs, making sure that they're thriving and doing well. And I know that sometimes you call me and you take their stories so personally, and you say, we got to help this person, and we try to brainstorm, and you take it all so personally. It's so important to you. And we see that love that you have started to develop, or you have developed over these past 4 years for these people. And We see that with your podcast, where you share the stories behind the counter of what makes these restaurants tick. And what you've really done is you've built a bridge and a connection between the food that we eat and the people who make it for us. And through you, we learn their stories, we learn about their family, and we get to support local businesses and their employees. But also what you've done is you've really enhanced the quality of this town. And in turn, the restaurants have donated back to our community through your fundraising efforts. And as you always say, they support us and we support them. So over the past 4 years, you've helped raise tens of thousands of dollars for a variety of local charities, including Pride Month, Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors, our schools, Shiv's Third Eye Mental Health Awareness Fair, Annie-Tober, and of course, most recently, emergency aid in Israel. So your work has just gone global, really. You're a global figure. But on a very, very personal level, it's like a weird gig that we have managing a Facebook group. It's kind of important. It's weird, right? It's kind of important. It's kind of still Facebook, so it's a little silly. But there are really important things that we have to deal with and complicated issues that we have to deal with. And I just wanted to thank you in front of everyone for being my sounding board, my voice of reason, my therapist, my my rabbi, and my priest, everything all together. There are difficult times, and I'm glad that I get to do it with you and with Stu. We have a lot of fun together, and we have a lot of stories. So one day, maybe you guys want to take us out for a drink, and we could tell you, yeah, you can imagine. But really, congratulations on this very, very well-deserved recognition for you and Michelle and your kids, and excited to see what you continue to do for this town.
So Heidi, we're going to come down, but if you want to say a couple words now, you don't have to, but I'm sure that
I don't even know that I don't know that I need the microphone.
well, we need the microphone
You
for.
want me to go? Oh, hold on. Hold on.
You want Heidi? Do you want my gavel?
I'm gonna go live. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
They won't hear you at home. Wait. They won't hear you at home if you're not in the mic.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to get the gavel?
You want my gavel?
Oh, my God.
There we go.
Are you guys town council ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Hello, L-Town. This is Heidi Plum. Your L-Town Foods are speaking to you in a gavel, baby. You want to know why? Because they just proclaimed today as Food Czar Day. Let's hear it. Be afraid, be afraid, be very afraid. I'm going to speak now, but I'm live now, but the community can hear it, and I'm still going to speak into my gavel, but I want to thank the town council very much for this honor. This is like above, I could cry, above and beyond like anything I could ever, I mean, my friends know how much I love Livingston, and this is like, I thought the Hall of Fame was something I was going to try to get into, but to have my own day is even better. So this is just awesome. And my friends and my family who have sort of watched this journey unfold. And I have to say, like, and I'm saying this so honestly, I never knew from when I spoke on my driveway that very first snow day into a banana that this is what this was going to be. And I literally, from the bottom, this is the most natural job, thank you, my boss, Neely, most natural job, gig, moment of my life that I've ever felt. It really just comes from the heart. It's so, I don't even think about it because it just comes. So the Israel thing just came with me sitting on the couch saying, this is, oh, here's a good idea. And I email my restaurant group, and within 5 minutes, they all say in. And to do Food Czar Week this week with the chocolate bars, I mean, it's very cool to have my own chocolate bar. I mean, who else can say that? But it really, like, I mean, it's just such a gift. I mean, this town is amazing, and I'm not kidding when I say we're stronger when we are together, and when we work together and things are positive, even when things are negative and we work together, we really can make some magic happen. And I think, I can't believe I'm the one that sort of makes that happen through talking into maybe a gavel, but it's really amazing. So thank you to my friends and family. Thank you to the town council. Thank you to all of you in L-Town, because honestly, I say it to Neely, without you guys, there would be no Food Czar, and you guys support it, and you indulge me, and the people out on the street who stop me and are excited to see me, it's really amazing, and it makes me happier, honestly, than it makes you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you.
So we're going to come down and give Heidi her proclamation. If anybody wants to come up and join the picture, you're more than welcomed. Mike's good, though. He's one shot.
Sorry. I call one shot Mike.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to continue on with the agenda. We're at the Community Development Block Grant hearing. So tonight on our agenda, we need to hold the 2024 Essex County Community Development Block Grant Application hearing. So Russ, before we open this hearing, can you explain what Community Development Block Grant hearing is and the benefits to the Livingston community?
Yes, the Community Development Block Grant Program is actually a federal program. It's administered through the Department of Housing and Urban Development. In order to be eligible to apply for grants, you have to be a municipality of over 50,000 population. So in Essex County, only 4 towns qualify for going direct to HUD. The other 18 are part of a consortium where the Essex County actually makes the application to HUD. And then we, in turn, the towns in turn, make an application to the county for a portion of their entitlement funds that they're granted. It's a low and moderate income program, so we're somewhat limited in what we can apply for anymore. Basically, it's barrier-free or ADA type of improvements. Some of the things we've gotten in the past are some of the buses that we have that are accessible. I think the last project we did, we did the doors over at the police station, made them automatic doors versus, just regular handicap access doors. So, and last year we were funded for a sensory trailer for some special needs persons that maybe are affected by sounds and things and need a quiet place when they're at events.
So Russ, just for the everybody's information, this is hearing 1 of 2. We have to have 2
Right.
hearings.
We're required to have 2 local public hearings.
Okay.
So if anybody wishes to speak, just sign in at the sign-on sheet up there.
Yep. So we're going to have a public hearing right now. So may I have a motion to open the public hearing? It's been moved. May I have a second? Second. All in favor? Opposed? So the public hearing for the Essex County Community Development Block Grant application is now opened. There is a 3-minute time limit per person. So if anybody would like to come up to the microphone from the audience, we just need to have your name for the record. Seeing none, okay, second. All in favor? Opposed? And I do not believe, Jared, that we do not need a roll call, correct?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Second public hearing will be December 18th at the next meeting. Okay, great. So right now, we're at the approval of minutes pending any corrections. We have the regular and conference meeting minutes from November 27, 2023, and we have the closed session minutes from November 27, 2023. May I have a motion to approve the minutes pending any corrections?
I'll make that motion.
It's been moved. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? None. Thank you. Let's see where we are on the agenda. So at this time, we are now opening for agenda items only. So there is a 4-minute time limit per person. So if you have any comments, you can come up to the microphone. Please give your name for the record. You have 4 minutes. Seeing none, may I have a motion? Oh, Madam Clerk, is there anything, public comments come in for agenda items only?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Hearing no more comments, may I have a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close.
It's been moved. May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Okay. The passage of ordinances. Tonight, there are no ordinances for second reading, and there's no ordinance for introduction, so that brings us to the consent agenda. And on the consent agenda, all matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of general orders. I believe, Liz, which one was, we pulled one tonight. Which one was that?
257.
257?
Correct.
So, so Resolution 257 was pulled. Madam Clerk, can you please read all resolutions on the consent agenda by title and resolution number?
Resolution 23-254, LMAC, Prevention of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. Resolution 23-255, authorizing approval of change order number 1 with Suburban Consulting Engineers Incorporated. Resolution 23-256, the 2023 budget appropriation transfers. Resolution 23-258, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, Grata Fund. Resolution 23-259, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, LMAC Grant 2023 to 2024. Resolution 23-260, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, LMAC Grant 2022 to 2023. Resolution 23-261, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, LMAC DMHAS Grant 2023 to 2025. Resolution 23-262, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, Local Recreation Improvement Grant, Year 2. Resolution 23-263, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, Royd 2023. Resolution 23-264, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget, Chapter 159, opioid settlement.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Do any members of the council wish to have any items removed from the consent agenda for separate discussion and voting? So may I have a motion to approve all the resolutions on the consent agenda? It's been moved. May I have a second? It's been seconded. Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Begoli?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
Mayor Vieira?
Yes, thank you very much. So at this point, we're at the public portion on any subject, so may I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject? It's been moved. May I have a second? All in favor? Opposed? So the meeting is now opened on any subject with a 3-minute time limit. If you come up to the microphone, may we please have your name for the record? Hi, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Is this on?
Yes, it's on.
Justin Alpert, 56 Amherst Place. Understand that there's going to be a vacancy on the council. Could you walk us through the process of filling that vacancy and how members of the public could become involved in the process?
Mr. Albert, the township will be putting a statement out shortly on the process and procedures, but we're going to be following the state statute, which provides the details. I mean, essentially within 15 days of the vacancy, the Livingston Democratic Committee has to provide 3 names to the council.
You're the vice chair of that committee?
The council
I
then
am
has
the vice chair, yes.
The council then has 30 days to either select one of those members from the list or return that list back to the county committee.
Will that deliberation be done in public?
This governing body has no authority as to what the Democratic committee does. I can't speak to what the Democratic committee will be doing.
You sit on both, people sit on both this town
It
council
would be
and the committee.
inappropriate for me to speak on how a political party is going to handle its procedures from this dais.
Has the nominee already been pre-selected by the chairwoman?
Not that I know of, no.
It wasn't guaranteed to the member of Livingston Democratic Club? No?
No.
Okay. Will you do your best to hold an open process? Will you keep us apprised of what happens in the Democratic Committee?
I believe we will be issuing a statement on the how the process will go.
Or do you have to recuse yourself from one or the other?
No, I don't. It's up to me whether I do or not, but no, I don't.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Justin. Anybody else? Name for the record?
Yes, Mark, first name, Mark Sweat.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
35 Longacre Drive in Livingston.
Lower the microphone. Thank you.
Sorry about this, I didn't realize. I'm too short for a normal microphone. Okay, so basically I don't have any special requests. Where I live, opposite my driveway, there is a telephone pole, utility pole. I like a street light to be installed there, if possible. I mean, to be fair, it's not just for my driveway, it's a school street, Longacre Drive. So people walk at night, it would definitely benefit. Now, again, to be fair, to the south of it, about 20 meters, there is another pole with the light, street light. So it would be close. And to the north of it, it's maybe 60 meters. I mean, long distance between. So, I mean, it's not essential, but you know, If you decline to do that, that's fine. But I was thinking extra light would provide more safety, definitely not. And if you install LED lights or some high efficiency light, would not be a large electric bill to the township, I'm sure.
So Barry, the council or the town does not put the lights on. We actually have to get in touch with PSE&G.
Yeah, given your
Yes.
address, I assume you're in the PSE&G territory, not JCP.
Right.
So the utility actually owns the poles and installs the lights. We just get billed for the electricity. We can certainly make the request. They look into it. They go in and they measure the light from different fixtures. And I'm sorry, what was your address again?
Okay, it's 35 Longacre Drive, but I
35
have
Longacre, and there's
a
a
little bit
pole
more specific
right across the
information.
street from you?
Huh?
There's
Yeah,
a pole
okay.
right across the street from
Okay,
you?
hold on. The utility pole number is 62965.
It's 29. You saved us some time. Thank you.
2965. That makes it a little
That
bit
makes it
easier
much
for us.
easier.
Right, no, I have the information. It's okay. It's not essential if you...
So
now,
at the conclusion of the meeting, I would like you to get in touch with Adam. Adam, would you just exchange information so we have
Yes.
Mark's phone number so then we
I
can
wrote
actually...
the whole thing here. I mean, I was here, to be fair, Monday before the election because I work in a library on the election, right? And I submitted to the township manager office, but I didn't have any feedback, so I submitted here. I mean, it's not essential. Also, on the way here, I noticed a big dip in the road, talking about Route 10 by Sherbrooke Parkway near the town center. The shopping. I mean, again, it's not a sinkhole, but would be nice to fill it in. I mean,
We'll take a look.
I mean,
Adam,
I
can you put that
submitted
down?
the report. Okay, I didn't know that, but I learned. I submitted the report to New Jersey State Highway improvement. So, I mean, it's a little inconvenient to just go down. A little bump.
So we will definitely try and reach out to PSE&G because you are in the PSE&G area.
Right.
And
Again, it's not essential because there is a light, but especially during summertime, there's a canopy of trees, okay? So it's a big shade, and also the street gets wider on one side and narrow on the other side. So this is where the Longacre changes direction a little bit. So I was thinking more light is okay. It's not just for my benefit. It's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. So, all right. So I wrote a little blurb here.
Thank you. And
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you.
is there anyone else in the public that would like to say anything? Seeing none, Deputy Clerk, is there any written comments?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. There's one comment to the council. At your last meeting, the mayor, this is from, I'm sorry, Paul Boxer. At your last meeting, the mayor accused me of allowing a resident to share the address of another resident in a Facebook group. The accusation was angry, mean-spirited, and came across as a very clear attempt to defame and smear me in the eyes of the community where I've lived with my family for the last 10 years. As it turns out, the accusation was false. The online comment in question was shared on the town's Facebook profile during the live stream of one of your meetings. The mayor must have known this, given that he possessed a screenshot of the comment at the time he made the accusation, but he made the accusation anyway. The mayor owes me a public apology. He should provide that apology now so that all watching in person and online can hear it and so that it will be recorded for posterity. Signed, Dr. Paul Boxer.
Thank you, Liz. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject? Second. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Thank you. At this point, we are on to reports from township officials. Again, I always want to thank Andy Munns, who does our AV and recording for this evening. Thank you again, Andy. Very professional and everything. Barry, anything?
A number of items for closed session. So,
Okay. Russ, anything? Adam, anything?
Nothing at this time.
Our CFO, Ann Cucci, anything?
Nothing at this time.
Our deputy clerk in place of Carolyn tonight, Mazuka, who's our clerk, but anything, Liz?
Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Township Attorney Jared Cantor. And Jared, and we are going into closed session after tonight's meeting. Can you just let everybody know the topics, what we're going into for?
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Lewis, I don't think I had anything on for close tonight. If you could describe what we have on for close tonight.
Barry, put your microphone on, please.
Monmouth Court, contract negotiations, possible property acquisition, contract negotiations, volunteers, personnel exception, Livingston Mall, attorney-client privilege, and water litigation, attorney-client privilege.
Okay, thank you. So at this point, we're at council comments. Councilmember Sean Klein, do you have anything?
Nothing for tonight. Thanks, Mayor.
Councilwoman Begoli?
I want to wish the residents who are celebrating a very happy Hanukkah, and I'd like to thank all of those who put together the Camuso display for another outstanding year, bringing us together in the community. I would also like, there was a new business that opened in town. I can't remember the woman's.
Oh.
It was a new physical therapy.
Yep, it was Bellevue Physical Therapy.
Bellevue Physical Therapy. We had a great ribbon cutting there, and I'd like to welcome her to our Livingston community as a new business. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Deputy Mayor Anthony, anything?
Just happy Hanukkah, everyone, and I'm sure you're going to mention Camuso.
I definitely will. You see my ears grow because I'm an elf.
Then I'll leave it to you I'll yield my time for you to talk about Camuso. No, and as Councilwoman Begoli, all the businesses in town, we've been having, again, I mentioned before, a member of the bid, a lot of ribbon cuttings. Michael's kept the scissors sharp there, and I welcome all the businesses to town. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And I, too, want to wish those who are celebrating a happy Hanukkah. I do know that the menorah lighting was canceled Sunday because of the weather. It is rescheduled for tomorrow, and that's Tuesday, December 12th. I'm going to try and put up the times because there's a second menorah lighting at the town center. And I think they're conflicting with one another almost with the same exact time. I think one is at 6 o'clock and one may be at 6:30. But I will ask the township, Adam, if you can make sure that the township puts it on. But there's supposed to be 2 menorah lightings tomorrow. And I'm trying to work it out where they're not at the same exact time. But one will be at the Camuso display and the other one will be at Town Center. Still talking about the Camuso display, I do want to thank all the volunteers for the holiday display and all of the elves who volunteer. They've been welcoming guests since it's opened, and it really has, I think this year has been the most people that they've seen so far. And they worked very hard this weekend making sure that the rain and wind did little to no damage on all of the characters. So, and this coming Saturday, December 16th, the LACD will hold their annual event at the Camuso display with a visit from Santa Claus from 4:30 to 6:30. A second event that night, a little after that, will take place with the Clydesdale Horses and Wagons, a petting zoo on Saturday, and our Livingston First Aid and Fire Department will be sponsoring children's crafts, and Santa will arrive on a fire truck. So please, if you haven't seen the Camuso display, it really is magnificent this year. So we are going back into closed executive session. Our next meeting is Monday, December 18th. So Deputy Clerk, can you please read the resolution to go into executive session?
Resolution to go into closed session, whereas the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Township Council is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the Township Council wishes to discuss under attorney-client privilege litigation. Oh, and do I need to read the list of the items? I may not have gotten them all. I'm sorry. Monmouth Court, I know Barry said contract negotiations.
Property acquisition, contract negotiations.
Property acquisition, contract negotiations.
Volunteers, personnel exception.
Volunteers, personnel.
Livingston Mall, attorney-client privilege.
Okay, Livingston Mall, attorney-client privilege.
And water litigation, attorney-client privilege.
Water litigation, attorney-client privilege. Now, whereas minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires confidentiality, the minutes can be made public. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Livingston that the public be excluded from this meeting.
Thank you, Liz. May I have a motion to move into closed session? May I have a second? Any discussion? Deputy Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Council members Begoli?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
Mayor Vieira?
Yes. So thank you and good night. And next meeting is December 18th. Thank you.